Ever felt like you're walking on clouds when you're dating a hot woman, especially from a different culture? It's all so exciting, right? But let's get real for a second. How do you know if she's truly the one, or if you're heading straight into a storm? Today, we're diving into something crucial. The top 11 red flags you cannot ignore when dating a foreign woman. And trust me, red flag number 10 might seem obvious, but hardly anyone recognizes it for what it is, until it's too late. By the end of this video, you'll be way better equipped to spot these warning signs before they turn into heartbreak. So stick around because you won't want to miss this. Your future self might just thank you for it. And don't forget to check out the description below for a direct link to a site where you can chat with foreign women today. Red flag number 1, she talks about her ex all the time. All right, first up, have you ever been on a date and all she talks about is her ex? Like the guy is living rent-free in her head, and you're just sitting there thinking, wait, am I just a rebound? Here's the deal. If she's constantly bringing him up, comparing you to him, or worse, still seems hung up on what they had, that's a major red flag. Ask yourself, is she really ready for something new, or is she just trying to fill a void? Because you deserve to be more than just a stand-in for someone she hasn't moved on from. So before you get too deep, think about whether you're getting to know her or just a shadow of her past. Red flag number 2, she acts controlling. Let's move on to something that's a bit more subtle but just as serious, control. Imagine this. Every time you make plans, she wants to know exactly where you're going, who you're with, and what you're doing. Sounds suffocating, right? It starts off small like, hey, let me know when you get there. But it can quickly turn into, why didn't you text me back immediately? Or, why are you hanging out with them? Controlling behavior is a sign of insecurity and a lack of trust, two things that can wreck a relationship faster than you can say red flag. So here's a question for you. Are you dating someone who trusts you or someone who's trying to control your every move? If it's the latter, it might be time to rethink where this is going. Red flag number 3, she doesn't respect your boundaries. Now let's talk boundaries because everyone's got them, right? But what happens when she doesn't seem to care about yours? Maybe it's something as simple as needing some alone time, but she keeps pushing to hang out even when you've said you need space. Or maybe it's about your values, like she insists on doing something that goes against what you believe in. Here's the thing, boundaries are there for a reason. They protect your individuality and make sure you're not losing yourself in the relationship. So ask yourself this, is she respecting the lines I've drawn, or is she crossing them every chance she gets? If she's not respecting your boundaries now, imagine how that's going to play out in the long run. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be pretty. Red flag number 4, she avoids introducing you to her friends and family. All right, picture this. You've been dating for a while, things are going well, but every time you bring up meeting her friends or family, she dodges the topic like it's a bullet. What's up with that? I mean, think about it. If she's serious about you, wouldn't she want to show you off to the people who matter most to her? If she's avoiding it, it could mean a few things. Maybe she's not that into you, or maybe she's keeping secrets. Either way, it's a red flag you shouldn't ignore. So here's a question for you. How long are you willing to wait in the shadows before you get to meet the people in her life? If she's not integrating you into her world, maybe it's time to have a serious conversation or reconsider things altogether. Red flag number 5, she has a negative outlook on life. Let's talk about the vibe she's bringing into your life. Is she the kind of person who always sees the glass as half empty? You know the type. Always complaining, always seeing the downside, and never really appreciating the good stuff. If every conversation is a gripe session, it can start to weigh on you too. Positivity is contagious, but so is negativity. And if she's constantly bringing negative energy into the relationship, it's going to drag you down eventually. So here's something to think about. Are you with someone who lifts you up or someone who's pulling you into their pit of negativity? Life's too short to spend it with someone who can't see the bright side. Remember, a partner should add to your happiness, not subtract from it. Red flag number 6, she's unreliable. Now reliability, this is a big one. You make plans, you're excited, and then she flakes. Once? Okay, maybe she had a legit reason. But if it becomes a pattern, she's always late, cancels last minute, or forgets important things. It's a sign that she might not be as invested as you are. Unreliability breeds frustration, and frustration can easily turn into resentment. You deserve someone who shows up, not just physically, but emotionally too. So ask yourself, Am I with someone I can count on, or someone who leaves me hanging more often than not? A reliable partner is key to building trust and a solid foundation for the future. If she's not dependable now, it's only going to get worse as time goes on. Red flag number 7, she makes offensive jokes. Everyone loves a good joke, right? But what happens when her jokes cross the line? I'm talking about comments that are racist, sexist, or just plain offensive. She might say she's just joking, but jokes often reveal a person's true beliefs. And if those beliefs don't align with yours or are downright disrespectful, then it's a problem. So here's a thought. Are you okay with letting those comments slide? Or is this a red flag that you need to address? Because trust me, these jokes can quickly turn into something more serious. If she's making you uncomfortable now, imagine how that could escalate in the future. Don't ignore it. Have the conversation and see where she really stands. Red flag number 8, she is passive-aggressive. Let's talk communication, or the lack of it. Passive-aggressive behavior is a major red flag that can drive anyone crazy. You know what I'm talking about? She says, "I'm fine," when you know she's definitely not fine. Or she gives you the silent treatment instead of just telling you what's wrong. This kind of behavior is a ticking time bomb in any relationship. Open, honest communication is the key to resolving issues, not mind games. So ask yourself, am I dealing with someone who talks things out or someone who bottles it up and lets it explode later? Passive aggressiveness can erode trust and create an environment of constant tension. It's better to address this behavior early on before it becomes a bigger issue that's harder to resolve. Red flag number 9, she justifies luxury purchases as necessary. Who doesn't love a little luxury now and then? But here's the thing, if she's constantly justifying expensive purchases as something she really needed, it might be a sign that she's not great with money. This becomes a problem when you're thinking long-term, especially if your financial goals don't match up. It's one thing to treat yourself, but it's another to live beyond your means. So here's a question for you. Are you okay with her spending habits, or are you worried about what that could mean for your future together? Financial compatibility is huge in a relationship, and if she's more focused on splurging than saving, it's definitely a red flag worth discussing. Don't wait until it's too late to have that conversation. Red flag number 10, she agrees with you all the time. Finally, let's talk about agreement. Now, I get it. Having someone agree with everything you say can feel good at first, but after a while it starts to feel weird, right? If she's never offering her own opinions or just goes along with whatever you say, it might be a sign that she's not being genuine. Relationships thrive on diversity of thought, challenging each other, sharing different perspectives, and growing together. So ask yourself, is she being real with me or just telling me what she thinks I want to hear? A partner who's always agreeable might be afraid of conflict or just not that invested in the relationship. But here's the truth. A healthy relationship is one where both people feel safe to express their true selves. Don't settle for less. And there you have it, 11 red flags that could signal trouble in your relationship. So what do you think? Have you noticed any of these red flags in your own dating life? Drop a comment below and let's get the conversation going. I'd love to hear your stories. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more dating tips and relationship advice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.